Hello, everyone. This is Donna Hastings from the Clearwater St. Pete area in Florida. How are you today?
Great, Donna. Hey, Donna. Thanks for being here.
Yes. So mine isn't really a question. I've been so busy lately that I wanted to call and tell you about some of my successes that I've had with all the leads.
We like those better than questions anyways.
Cool. All right. So I believe it was June that I started, and as I keep talking, you might remember I called in and did a role play with Chad, and you cut me off right in the beginning because I was just all wrong. So I changed a lot of my scripts and been calling since June. I got the first listing appointment I got, I was so excited, and I went in there with one option, and they decided to go with somebody else as an investor. So I learned from that one. Go in there with the different options, let them decide which one is best for them. So then I was following up with other calls, and I got an appointment. They said, yes, we're in town right now. We need to list the house today. So I went, I got the signature, I got the listing from that one. And then about a week later, I got a call from another owner on the same street who said, I saw your sign across the street. I want to sell mine too. So there's two listings directly related from all the leads. Then there was another guy that was out in Texas. He finally came into town. I got his listing, which is a condo listing. So right now I have those three. Then from a letter that was sent out, because I have all the leads, sending me the leads and then automatically sending out the first letter. And I've gotten some responses from that first letter just going out. And one of them right now is a guy that's been emailing me. He has an attorney, but I was able to bring him a cash investor. That's what he was looking for, multiple offers, brought him a cash investor, and I'm waiting for one initial before that one would be fully executed as well. And then I have about 4 people in the hopper right now. One that I followed up with today that she says, oh, I've been thinking about you and I was going to call you, and she said she's going to get back to me by first the next week. And then a new guy that I spoke to this morning wants to get together next week as well. So the leads work. You got to make the phone calls. You got to be open to tweaking your scripts and just go with contribution to how you can help the individual. And the more that you come from contribution and offer different things, the more receptive people will be to you. So there you have it.
You're proud of what you're doing, Donna.
It does? Well, who wouldn't be? I mean, you're helping people, and you know, and in the bonuses, I'm getting listings and I'm getting paid. So that's the bonus. But you got to go after helping people first.
Well, that's awesome. You certainly have a good mindset. I can hear the joy in your voice to be able to share this, and I know you're out there working hard. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Now,
well,
I look at the numbers side of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, let's look at the numbers side of it. So how much, have you looked at the return you're getting and how that compares to other campaigns?
No, because I haven't closed anything yet. I'm about to close a few. The 2 listings that I got, one was 100. I'm putting it under contract for 119. The other one's under contract for 140. The active listing is at 124. The one I'm waiting for an initial to be under contract is 210. The gal who said she was going to call me is probably in the 400 range. And then the other gentleman that I called this morning, he's got a big piece of property. I haven't done the research on it yet, but it's going to be up there as well. And then 2 of the other ones are up there as well. So it's obviously working.
Close to $2 million in opportunities. So
right.
So that's what, probably $60,000 in commission potential?
Yes, and I will tell you this too. I've been doing real estate for over 20 years, and believe me, I have bought leads, seller leads from multitude of different services and companies, etc., and I have not had a return as good as this in a short period of time frame. It can be a challenging phone call to call somebody knowing that they just had a death in the family, and the one that still gets me is when you look at it and it looks like it was a husband and wife situation, That one I still have a little issues picking up the phone and calling because just for the sensitivity of the situation.
So I want to
Chad,
help you with
I
that.
know.
If you can
Go ahead.
reach out to support and ask them for a 30-minute role play block on my calendar. We're going to get you through that.
Okay.
And Donna, what I was going to add, I checked on you while you were talking. You have been with us for 5 months. You're in a very competitive market in Florida, and you're not even getting the whole county. You're only getting 50 leads a month. So you've done all this with a total of about 250 leads. That's
well,
an
actually,
extraordinary conversion.
I think it's 50 leads every 2 weeks that I'm getting.
That's right. That's right. Your county delivers every couple weeks. Yeah. But still, so
yes,
you've done
still.
What's your conversion rate? I mean, it's got to be. You mentioned 7 or 8 deals there, and you know, in a 5-month period, you're doing very well. It sounds like you're doing everything right. You're working them, but you're converting them.
Well, I got 2 solidified contracts that are going to closing, cash deals. A third one that's just waiting for initial, and I still have 1 listing. So that's real. The other ones I'm following up with. So you're asking about my conversion. If I get the appointment, pretty much I've gotten the signatures. So it's a matter of getting the appointment. So the follow-up, which some of them I've been following up with since June, July, or August. And then another one was a lead that just came out recently that I called.
That is great.
Well, Jim, I guess we'll consider her for win of the week.
I defy anybody to beat that. So it really sounds like you're following the program step by step, and you know, it sounds like you're doing everything right. One thing you said was the lead follow-up, and I think that's where so many people drop the ball. And how many deals would you say you get on the first conversation versus having to call them a half a dozen times?
I don't think I have not gotten a 1. Well, the very first appointment I got was somebody that called me from the very first letters that went out, and because I just didn't handle that one right. I think I was just too excited about everything, and I didn't get that one.
Sure. Boy, another thing you said too, you've learned. I mean, your first transaction, you only gave them 1 option, and you learned.
Right.
It sounds like you don't make the same mistake twice. Which is great way to operate your business. Congratulations.
Right. Thank you. So it's all in the follow-up. None of them have I made an appointment just from the very first phone call. It's been in the follow-up. They don't know what they're doing yet. Get back with me. No, I'm not interested, but you know they have real estate, so then you try calling them a month later. And you know, that's probably my biggest mindset change. From traditional real estate, if you've got someone that's thinking about it, you need to be on top of them, especially an expired or in a FSBO, because if you're not on top of them, they're going to list with somebody else. If you're waiting a month to call them, something else is going to happen between that month. So with these people, you do, at least my experience is, I do have to give them a month in between phone calls, or, you know, depending, everybody's a little different, but a month seems to be the more norm of following up with them. I can't follow up with them every week because it's not the highest priority on their list every week. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So.
Chad, we only have one other person in the queue. I feel like we should do a case study with you, Donna. Maybe not right now, but Chad, can you think of any other questions you want to ask Donna now, or maybe schedule an interview with her? That's great.
No, I want to give you another compliment. I mean, I was tough on you on a role play call in front of the whole world.
You remember that now.
I remembered it as soon as you spoke. I'm like, oh, where's she been? So
yeah,
and
I've been busy.
Like I don't take those things lightly. Like I don't want to drive people inward, and I don't want them to be embarrassed, but I do want to call them on their BS. Like when sometimes you need to hear what, like, it might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And you took that as constructive criticism, and you used it as fuel to do better and to improve yourself. And so many people go inward and do the opposite of that, and you had the strength to move through that. And I can't thank you for coming back to share that, because there's people on this call that needed to hear you say that, because they're getting discouraged, and they're probably not, there's not the self-accountability that you took. And that's why you found the success that you have, because you're willing to take accountability and say, you know what, I'm going to trust Chad, I'm going to trust the system, I'm going to change my approach. And then there's 6 different points in this conversation where I can see you're improving every day just based on what you're saying. And how many cash buyers had you ever brought to a deal before this, like this quarter? Did you ever go out and find them?
Yeah.
Were you diligent? You did?
Well, I've been doing this real estate for over 20 years, so I've done other probate properties where I sold the house with a ton of stuff in it because the person that passed was a hoarder, but those kind of came to me. I wasn't actively seeking a lot of those because after 20 years, a lot of referrals and repeat business comes back to me. But I have investors in my pocket. I used to do REO properties as well, so I've met cash investors from those REO properties. So I still have a relationship with them, and I can pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah. Well, I really want to compliment you on your you're taking accountability and raising the bar for yourself and taking immediate action. And what'd you get? You got the result you wanted. So I commend you on that. It's one of the most frustrating things for us, as coaches, is when you pour everything into somebody and then they just say, oh, it just doesn't work in my market, and they chalk it up as another junk lead, when really they just needed to change a few little things to get an amazing result. So good for you for doing that, and thanks for sharing with the group.
I'll tell you a couple of things. I mean, after that phone call that I did the role play with you, Chad, I did go inward a bit. I did go inward, and it wasn't feeling comfortable, and I was like, I got it. Well, if I want to make this work, I got to change something. If what I was doing wasn't working and somebody's given me an idea to change something else, to do it differently, well, then, hey, give it a shot. Maybe it wasn't comfortable when you first started calling and doing it that way, but if it's a different way, you'll get a different result, and so that's where I'm at, getting different results. So.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, Donna, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah,
and thank you all the leads.
You're very welcome. Congratulations in advance for the winner of the week. But hey, don't let anybody else be intimidated. If you come close, we'll give away 2 again. Thank you so much, Donna. Please keep coming back. We appreciate it.